If I had my way, everything would be so nice. This world would be like Paris. No, it would be a paradise. No one would ever have to say, I'm going to get my wish someday. All one would have to do is say, this is my order, if you may. Welcome to the School Without Walls. I'm Anthony O. Hobbs, senior host of this educational program. The program is pre-recorded. We are recording now to be shown in, this recording is to be shown in February. You know, that's National Black History Month, February. And remember, if I don't say this at each program, the objectives of this program is to provide education with an emphasis on the achievements of African Americans and to serve as a model for young people. We are stressing the importance of every African American male of character, adult, try to find some youngster in the community that he can mentor and to serve as a role model. So today we have Reverend Johnny Smith with us, and Reverend Smith, you are a mentor, right, of several young people.
Yes, sir.
And your chief young person is Jihad Muhammad, right? He's older than the rest of them, right?
Yeah, he's.
I imagine he works with you to help those, right?
Yes, sir.
So what we're going to do is have you to just introduce the overall objectives of this particular organization.
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to bring the young men on and let them have a few remarks.
Yes, sir. You might remember last year you allowed us to be on the program with our 10,000 Black Men Summit.
Right.
And out of that summit came several programs, and one of them is the Gentlemen's Club in public schools.
Gentlemen's Club in public schools. In our public schools.
And so we've inducted it into 4 of the public schools here in the city, one high school, a middle school, and a general, and 2 elementary schools. It is kind of a generational pyramid in which mentors are mentoring generationally, and so at the involvement, and you know the work that you and I have done. So you would stand as my mentor, as one of my mentors, and then there's young men at UAPB who's part of the program, and they also stand for the high schools, and the high school work closer with the middle school and the elementary. So we have all generations almost represented in the pyramid, and periodically we're in the presence of each other. And the intent is to eliminate some of the stereotypes and stigmas of our young African American, our young black boys, to relate to them the obligation and responsibility of men, to try to emphasize that they are in a process of becoming men.
Yes.
So the things that they do now is simply a phase that they're in, but it can also affect their permanent state of manhood. And so making them and trying to get them to make wise decisions now.
Okay, let us stop on that, and I'm going to bring you back at the ending of the meeting, and we will, you will conclude. So what we're going to do now is ask Mr. Brother Jihad Muhammad to come forward. Brother Muhammad, would you come here and take a seat right here? Okay, we're back with Brother Jihad.
Yes, sir. Jihad Muhammad.
Jihad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
One of the adult mentors.
Yes,
you are served as a mentee and a mentor, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you
yes,
are a mentee under Reverend
Smith,
and
yes.
you are a mentor to people younger than yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, what we'd like for you to do is just, in your own way, briefly tell us a little bit about your history and some things you might want to see them, prevent them from getting into, if you like to. Where are you from? Where were you born? And where were you raised? Things like that.
Okay. Well, I was actually born here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And I came up and at a very young age got involved in using drugs, selling drugs, going to clubs, things like that. And eventually wind up at the age of 14 catching a murder charge and eventually going to prison. So part of what I've been doing since I've been out is working with some of the community leaders like Reverend Johnny Smith in an effort to keep our young people from going down the track that I went to going to prison. And
Mm-hmm.
so the young men that we mentor in the school system, we know that they stand on the brink of either going to prison or being successful, going through school,
Mm-hmm.
getting a good education, and then being of those who are leadership in the leadership in our community. And so we're mentoring them in an effort that they might grow and be leaders rather than be those who fill the penal institution.
Right. According to statistics, a larger segment of African Americans in prison than any other ethnic group. Is that right?
Exactly.
What do you attribute that to? Would it be the lack of proper mentoring and so forth? When
I think that the lack of mentoring is, without a doubt, a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our people, young people, are not being properly educated about the pitfalls
Mm-hmm.
that particularly occur in our community
Mm-hmm.
as far as the high level of gang violence and crime is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that is a big part of it. Parents cannot give what they don't have.
There you go.
And
That's
so
important.
we, because we have been blessed to know something and have been through something,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of stand in the gaps for the parents who can't mentor the child, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe don't understand what the child is going through.
Right.
And so we try to stand in the gap to help
Mm-hmm.
the parents, to help the school, and in fact to help the state
Mm-hmm.
by mentoring these young men to be on the right track, to stay on the right track.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to invite you back where you can have a whole program by yourself. You have so much rich information. But since we have these young men here today,
sir.
we're going to have to cut it short. But so you think about that. Next, we broadcast each month on the second Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
This is pre-recorded, of course, so you be prepared to come back, okay?
Yes, sir.
So we will now call on Michael Brown to come up next.